don't want. Oh, well, let's get Philly Godfather on now. Holy. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I knew you'd like that, Dan.
I did. Big week last week.
Big week every week, man. We're just rolling in the dough, baby.
I saw that. I love it. I love it. Man, that is good. Look at that. This guy's here to try to help you guys pay for the trees and the Tonka toys under your tree here. You see what he's doing here? He's helping you out. Take some notes.
I do it for the people. I do it for the people, Dan.
Do it for the people. That's right, man. You're a giving man during this time of the year. Very good. All right. Tell me how you see this thing. I've got the Cowboys winning this game. Where do I got this? I got the Cowboys winning this ball game on Sunday. I think I said 26-24. That's how I look at them, 26-24. How do you see this game on Sunday?
Well, the look-ahead line had the Cowboys a 1-point favorite, and then after the Eagles got blown out, they reopened the market at -3, moved up to 3.5 for like a New York second. It went to 4, but some sharp money ended up taking the Eagles +4. It's a great number. Now you look at the point differential. The Cowboys have the best point differential in the NFL this year, but when you look at the opponents they've played, there's a reason for that. Their point differential is about $1.20 better than the Eagles, but their opponents haven't been as good. Last time they played, I told you the game was a coin flip in Philly. Cowboys could have won that game. I think it's a coin flip this time around, to tell you the truth. Now the Cowboys are coming off with more rest.
10 days.
If you look at their defensive metrics, I mean, top 5 in almost every defensive metric, offensively top 5, but the numbers are slightly skewed because of who they've played. The Eagles are still a good team. The only thing that scares me about the Birds here, if you're looking to take them +4, +3.5 is, and I said it before Bosa said it, I said have the 49ers giving out the blueprint on how to really rock this team. All that motion in the backfield offensively, how to really put up some points. But the pass defense hasn't been good all year for the Eagles. So, and like I said, they were getting really lucky. And it's not like their luck ran out, against the 49ers. The 49ers were just a much better team. But the ball ain't always going to bounce your way. I kind of like the Birds a little bit, +4 if it gets there again. I think the game's a coin flip. So I could be cheering in the Eagles this week.
Let me walk back a little bit here. Were you shocked they got killed like the way they did? I mean, I thought they would lose. I didn't think they had a chance to win. But were you shocked that they got blown out like that?
Well, I was betting San Fran. Alternate line. I was betting all the over props for the wide receiver. I knew they were going to put up a ton of points against this weak Eagles pass defense. I had Purdy over 300 yards, and you were getting 3-1 on that prop bet. I mean, I knew they're did I think they're going to lose by 23 points, whatever it was? No. Did I think they were going to lose by maybe a touchdown or maybe anywhere from 7 to 10 points? Yeah. And the 49ers just proved how good they are. Top 5 in every metric, offensively, defensively. That team's just stacked. Like, who do you cover on offense? And this Eagles defense, like we said from the beginning of the year, there's a massive hole out there. And, they got lucky. And now, down the stretch, they really don't have to win this game. I mean, as long as they go to Seattle and they win that game, and then they play the Giants, Arizona, and the Giants again. But losing this game puts a lot of pressure on them, and Seattle's healthy.
And you got to go there.
And you got to go to Seattle. And you guys got to remember last year when this Eagles team was a lot better than they are this year, they beat Arizona by 1 point. So that's not a gimme. So, I hope they win this game for all Eagles fans. If they don't, I think they still win the division. I think they're still minus like 475 to win the NFC East. But are they the best team in the NFL? No. Do they have the best record in the NFL? Yes. But there's teams like the Lions, the Cowboys, 49ers, and now the Packers are getting healthy. The Packers all of a sudden are minus 250 to make the playoffs on the yes. So the odds makers are expecting the Packers to come on strong down the stretch. It's going to get real interesting last 5 weeks of the season.
I got to tell you, man, I mean, this is why I think Cowboys win on Sunday. I trust the Cowboys more at home with how well they've played at home, and I have no faith in the Eagle defense. Why should I? Show me one metric that gives me over the last month and a half where I don't see, and even how the Cowboys played them in game 1 in Philly, they took them down to the wire. They couldn't get it in. Okay. And you haven't really swept the Cowboys since I think 11, which doesn't happen. I mean, what heart and hustle and guile? That's great in a movie screen and in a script. But you're coming out of a gigantic gauntlet of teams that you have played, and you're rolling into this thing 10 days healthy. You're going on the road. I mean, could they beat them in January? Yes, but right now, I don't see where they have. Here, Dallas has to show me. But Godfather, I'm telling you, man, I don't believe. I have lost complete faith in that defense. I don't think they could stop anybody.
Well, I wasn't sold on them all year, and like I said, they were getting lucky. And the Cowboys at home seem to be invincible. And it's kind of funny. Last year, the Eagles had scored the most first half points, I think, in NFL history. And this year, the Cowboys have scored more first half points than anyone in the league. So that kind of changed. I think the Cowboys come out fast. I took the Cowboys to score a touchdown in their first drive of the game, plus 155. I like the Cowboys in the first half, minus 2.5. I think they come out strong. I think the Eagles can come back a little bit in the second half and maybe cover that 3.5, 4-point spread. But the Cowboys first half, I think, is the bet you got to make here.
Let me give you some prop bets. We're kind of going over some of them. I want to revisit them with you. Devontae Smith, over under 58.5 yards.
Man, that pass defense of the Cowboys, what are they ranked?
He had 51 last game.
Yeah, but this against the Cowboys or the previous
against
game?
Cowboys.
Yeah, it's tough to go over. It's right there, Dan. I mean, I didn't make the bet. I hate giving out bets, picks or selections if I didn't put money behind my wagers and, my opinion. But the way that pass defense is playing, they're in Dallas. I would say under.
Jake Ferguson, over under 47.5 yards. I like him. I think you're going to establish him.
Yeah. Over 47. Yeah, I think he goes over.
CeeDee Lamb, over under 90.5 yards. Had 191 last game.
I know. I think the Eagles are really going to key on him, but that doesn't mean they can stop him. And
shit, they keyed on him last time.
Yeah. And you got I don't want to name his name, but you got that Eagles cornerback doing a podcast telling everyone the reason why he hasn't looked good over the last few weeks is because he hasn't been practicing, and basically telling everyone he's banged up. Like, these NFL players got to stop doing these podcasts and giving away bits of information. They don't even know they're doing it. And now the rest of the league, we're going to attack him. He's all banged up. We're going to go after his ass. I don't want to mention his name, but these NFL players got to stop that. They have to stop.
Don't worry, he won't be around next year.
You know he is.
Hey, DeAndre Swift, over under 50.5 yards.
They have to use him here. They got to keep that Cowboys offense off the field. They have to try to establish some type of run game, or else the Cowboys are going to blow them out. I didn't bet it. I'd say over.
Dallas Goedert, over under 45.5 points.
45
coming off a forearm injury where he's been on the IR.
Yeah, I know. He's coming back. First game back. The team played much better when he was in the lineup. He's kind of hurts a security blanket. I would say under.
Tony Pollard, over under 56.5.
I like his over. I already bet it. I think
now here we go. Over under Hurts, 235 yards passing.
Last time they played the Cowboys, I gave you guys the under. People are really down on Hurts this year, but they're saying he's having an off year, bad year. But if you look at last year, the opponents they've played, some of the worst pass defenses in the league. This year, they're playing some of the best. He's playing the same exact way he played last year. He's just playing much better pass defenses and much better opponents. That's not to say he's not a great quarterback that gives you so many different ways to win. I mean, 4th and 1, 4th and inches, best quarterback in the NFL. I'll take him over anybody. He can use his legs. He's not really going to beat you with his arm against, some of the better pass defenses, and it's shown. But he still can give you so many other ways to win where he makes up for that. I think he goes over this time.
Oh, I think he's going to have to go over if they're going to have a shot at winning. Prescott, over under 245.
We went over last time. What do you go? 375 last time?
355, 370 or something.
He's the MVP of the NFL right now. Love him or hate him. You go to some of the offshore sports books that are a lot sharper than the U.S. sports books. He's the favorite to win the MVP. I think he goes over.
Ooh, I like that one here. Let's do that one. Who has a better chance of winning the most valuable player award, in your opinion, Prescott or Hurts?
Oh, Hurts is done. He ain't winning it. He ain't winning it.
Wait, I missed that. I missed that. Can you please repeat that?
He's not winning the MVP. He's not the MVP. I mean, let's be honest. Hurts is not the MVP this year.
Okay, let me get into week 14 of the season here. Yeah, can I get one more time? Just double check. And you said Hurts has no shot in hell of winning the MVP.
I love Jalen Hurts, but he is not the MVP of the NFL this year. He's got no shot.
Hey, okay, and at the end, please re-show the money, man. I want to at the end redo it.
We're giving away free money, and the guys in the chat room are mad at me. We're giving away free money all year, and they're mad at me. I'm sorry.
I know. You know what? You give free money away, I give free advice away, and they get mad at me for being right. I can't take it. I mean, it's kind of nauseating in a way, I mean, holy cow. Okay, Atlanta's still in this thing where are they right now? They're in the 4th seed now, and they got the Bucks who are kind of hanging on here. You got Atlanta?
No. I'm hoping this game goes to 3, and I'll take Tampa Bay plus 3. They got a tough stretch here, Atlanta down the stretch. Tampa Bay's starting to get a little healthier. I like Tampa Bay here. I think they can win this game outright, to tell you the truth.
Detroit at Chicago. Maul. What's the point spread in this thing?
3.5, 3, depending on where you shop.
3?
I took the Bears plus 3.5. Detroit's quarterback, not that great in the cold weather. The Bears are playing some better football. I mean, look at last week's game. Detroit came out red hot, and then the Saints came right back, and they almost won the game and covered the spread. And the Saints really ain't scaring nobody. You're in Chicago, tough place to play. I like the Bears plus 3.5.
Ooh. Colts are right now in the 6th seed in the AFC playoff race, and they're playing Cincinnati, who's kind of still hanging in there, but not really. How about this? Steichen, if they win this game, brings that team to 8-5 on the season. Has to be one of the surprise coaching jobs of the year.
Yeah, and right now they're minus 200 to make the playoffs. They're the hottest team in the NFL. It's the Colts, the 49ers, and the Cowboys. Each 3 teams have won 4 in a row. But I think the Bengals, they showed me something. That kid quarterback in that Bengals team, better than most people think.
Jake Browning.
Yeah, I think the Bengals cover the spread. I think it's 2, minus 2. I like the Bengals here. I think they cover the spread.
Browns are in it. They're 7-5. They're in the 5 seed, believe it or not. And they have the Jags, who are in the 4 seed. This would be like a playoff game right now. It would be the opening round of the wild card round if they were – this is kind of like a precursor. What do you like here? It's in Cleveland.
Tough place to play. They play so much better at home than they do on the road this season. The Browns, the defense, one of the best in the NFL. Jags are all banged up. I don't know if Lawrence is playing or not. And even if he does play, what's he going to be, 60%, 65%? Not going to be mobile. That pressure rate of the Browns, one of the best in the league. Game originally was Jags minus 3. Now it's Browns minus 2.5, 3, depending on where you shop. I like the Browns here. They're still in the playoff hunt. Odds makers are giving, I think the odds are like minus 215 for them to make the playoffs. I think the Browns win this game to cover the spread.
Wow. Do you care about Carolina and New Orleans?
Not really.
Okay. How about Houston, who's in now because of Pittsburgh laying an egg last night? Houston's in the 7 hole at 7-5. Great job of coaching there by D'Amico Ryans. And they're taking on the hapless Jets. And I don't know. I mean, Aaron Rodgers talk, if they win, this and that. There's a lot of people, from what I understand, are putting money on New York in this game here. Am I right when I say that, or no?
There's some money on it. Line's starting to drop a little bit. I'm hoping it gets to 3. I'll probably be on the Texans -3. Right now, 3.5. I'm not looking to bet the game, even though the Texans, like you said, they're 7-5, but their odds to make the playoffs is -400. So it looks like they're going to get in the playoffs. No one expected that. Great coaching job. Their quarterback, one of the best young quarterbacks I've seen in a long time. I'm not looking to lay 3.5 on a young team like that, but if it gets down to 3 or maybe below that key number of 3, I'll probably be on the Texans.
Who do you think has done a better coaching job this year? D'Amico Ryans with the Texans or Steichen with the Colts?
Man, I think it's a toss-up. Just flip a coin. Both guys have done an amazing job. No one expected either team to be where they're at this point in the season. The Texans, obviously, that young kid is just lighting them up, where the Colts are doing it with mirrors. But I would give a slight edge to the coach from the Colts.
The LA Rams versus Baltimore. Baltimore right now is in the 2-hole. Rams are sitting, I think, either 8 or 9. And they're 6-6. I'll tell you what, McVay's done a pretty nice job rallying the troops. Injured really early in the season, but, Stafford's kind of picked his game up and his completion percentage up, which has been atrocious this year. But they've been playing pretty well. Rams in Baltimore. It's in Baltimore. How do you see this thing?
Yeah, it's 7.5. I'm not looking to take either side, but I did tie the Ravens into a bunch of teasers, 6-point teasers. I think that's the best way to bet this game. If you can get them down to like -1.5. I think they got to win this game, because then they play who they play. They play the Jags, San Fran, and Miami, and then they got a division game against Pittsburgh. So this is a game they really got to flex their muscles, because it gets a little tough down the stretch for this Baltimore team. I like Baltimore in teasers. If the game went to 7 in that weather, you got the better running quarterback. You got a West Coast team, but still, I don't think it'll get back to 7. To 7.5, it's actually moving the wrong way. It's going towards 8. I'm not looking to bet, the side, but if you can put them in a teaser, I think you make some money with Baltimore.
So you're going to take Baltimore?
In a teaser, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Minnesota's sitting in the 6th hole right now at 6-6, and they've got the Raiders in Vegas. Vikings, that's another good coaching job there, too, when they lost Cousins. They've done a really nice job with that football team, too. What's the odds of them making the playoffs if they win this game?
Oh, probably be like -200 to make the playoffs if they win this game. The sharp money's on Minnesota this week. The game opened originally was -1. It's up to -3. They're starting to get a little healthier, getting some key guys back on both sides of the football here. I think Minnesota's the right side. I didn't bet the game at 3, but that's the right side of this game.
How about this? This game's a little interesting game. Seattle and San Francisco, because it's a divisional game. San Francisco just, again, it's home, which favors them, obviously. But, I mean, you're on a massive high right now. Look, you're a professional, so you're going to know that it's time to put that game behind you. But this is kind of interesting here. How do you see this game? Because Seattle's got to be in a desperate mode right now, because they're out of the playoff picture right now.
Yeah, they're fighting for their lives. And they played pretty good against the Cowboys. If the ball bounced a little differently, they could have won that game. They got some extra rest. Divisional game. Both teams know each other like the back of their hand. I think 10.5 points is a little too much here, especially off a big emotional win like San Fran just had. And anytime you play, an Eagles team, their defensive line is still one of the best in the NFL. Your offensive line is going to be a little banged up. The following week, you're not going to perform at an optimal level. And it's going to be a tough game. I think Seattle can stay within that 10.5 points. I like Seattle here plus 10.5.
Now, this is an interesting game, and Osama McDermott coaching the Buffalo Bills and versus Kansas City. I mean, dude, this is both teams. That's an OJ.
That's a killer helmet, Dan.
The juice.
That's a killer helmet.
Oh, look at that thing! Is a killer helmet, man. Holy cow! That's
Take the Bills. Take the Buffalo Bills plus 1.5. They're going to win this game. They got one of the best point differentials in the league. The ball hasn't bounced their way all season, but they're going to win this game. They're fighting for their lives. Chiefs are a little banged up, missing some guys. Mahomes ain't 100%. I think Buffalo wins this game.
Buffalo beats KC. Holy shit! That sends them to 8-5 on the season. You think,
It'll
hey,
come.
does Kansas City make it back to the AFC title game?
Nah, nah.
No, I
And,
said that at the
and if you
beginning
want
of
to
the year,
get a
they
little
weren't
crazy,
making it back.
I don't think they get back there. If you want to get a little crazy, the team that offers the most value right now to win the Super Bowl are the Buffalo Bills at 40-1. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. And it's easy to say, okay, San Fran's the best. Miami's got the best record. The Ravens, they are going to get, yeah, of course. But when you look at the price, because this is our business, it's all about price. It's all about value. At 40-1, this Buffalo Bills team is a pretty good team still. The record doesn't indicate that. But like I said, they got one of the best point differentials in the league. They've lost every game by, one score or less. The first game of the season, lost in overtime to the Jets. This is a team that if they get their shit together, can scare some people in the playoffs. And at 40-1, it's a great price. You can always hedge the other side. So it's like a lottery ticket that offers some value. That's all it is.
Denver dropped the game last week, obviously, and they got to stay if they're going to stay in it right now because they're out of the playoff picture in the AFC, and they got the Chargers, divisional game. How do you see this thing?
I think the whole world gave up on the Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
I gave up on their coach a long time ago.
Oh, God, he sucks.
He's horrible.
Dude, but you know what, to me, the signature moment for me with him was Minnesota in a win.
Remember
when
that?
he was doing that stupid shit there. I mean, if Cousins can hear and they have like better situation and communication, the Vikings win that game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got a boatload of talent in Los Angeles with the Chargers.
They got to fire him. They got to get rid of him at the end of the season. But, the whole world gave up on the Chargers here. They really don't have no home field advantage. I think the whole world's going to be betting Denver. Last time I talked to my guys offshore in Costa Rica, out in Vegas and Atlantic City, they said 7 out of every 10 tickets, early money has been on Denver. And it's probably going to get even worse by game day. I like the Chargers here. I don't think under field goal -2.5. I think the Chargers win this game.
Monday night, Tennessee at Miami. Tennessee's not anything in it. Probably end up giving them a game, believe it or not. Miami right now, believe it or not, they're the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah. I mean, my son took him at 40-1 before the season started to win the Super Bowl, and he's feeling pretty good with that ticket. They got some of the best odds to get there.
Are you buying them?
Yeah, they're 6-1 to win the Super Bowl right now behind 49ers and the Eagles. So they're the favorite in the AFC at 6-1. This number's kind of high, 13.5. I'm not looking to bet the game here. That opening 11.5, it's up to 13.5. The whole world's betting Miami. I'm staying away from this one, Dan. I'm not betting that game.
Green Bay at New York Giants. Now, Green Bay is in the 7-hole. And help me out on this. Am I right? A lot of money's coming in on Green Bay to make the postseason because of the schedule that they have coming down the stretch. Matt LaFleur's done a heck of a job. Jordan Love looks like he's playing well. I mean, that's a hot team right now, isn't it, in the NFC? I'm not saying they're world beaters, but they're playing some pretty balanced football.
They got some quality wins on the season. Right now, I think they're -230 or 250 to make the playoffs towards the yes. The rest of the schedule, the Giants, Tampa Bay, Carolina, Minnesota, and Chicago. Nobody on that, scares you. On that list scares you. This is a team that's a real sleeper. I think you can get them at 70-1 to win the whole thing. I don't think they have a shot of winning at all, but if they get in the playoffs and make some noise, you can always bet the other side and make some free money because this is what it's all about, making free money, making money each and every week. This is a team that's going to, it's going to make some noise. At 6.5, I can't lay 6.5 on this team on the road, but this is a team I think you should tie into teasers. You can get them at -0.5 with the Baltimore Ravens. So if you take the Ravens at -1.5 and the Packers at -0.5, I think you get, you cash a ticket here. Put them in a teaser.
Who do you got winning the Heisman Saturday?
I gave it out beginning of the year. I gave out 2 guys to win the Heisman before the season started. I gave out Jaden Daniels plus 1,200. So if you bet 100, you win back 1,200. And I got Marvin Harrison at 30-1, junior. So I'm hoping one of those guys wins it. But Jaden Daniels is going to win it. And we're going to all cash. Yeah, we're all going to make money. 12-1 on your money. Where you can't get that in the stock market, in the crypto market, in any market. I'm giving you 12-1 dogs, and they're winning the Heisman, and people in the chat room are mad at me. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Look what he just did. All you had to do is put a C note up. You get 1,200 back, and some of you guys like LJ who live in a tree hut could pay your rent. I mean, look what he's doing for you. Look at that. Come on now, man. Holy cow, this guy's here to make a ton of money.
They're calling me the Dallas Godfather. Just call me the money Godfather, Dan.
Hey, man, that is so dope. That is awesome. Hey, by the way, are you coming by on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going to come see you. I'll be over there.
Oh, my God, I'm so looking forward to seeing you, man. That's Saturday, 3:30 to 5:30, KOP Hooters. Come on by there, man. We're going to have a blast out there. I got Gary Cobb coming by. Barrett Brooks is coming by. I think Seth is going to try to stick his head in there as well.
Awesome.
So, yeah, since I'm not driving and Xander's driving me around, I might have a few cocktails, and I don't know, we may work it around a little bit here.
I got you covered. College football. I like Florida State. I like Liberty, and both teams might win the game outright depending on who's playing in those games and who's not. So watch out for Liberty and watch out for Florida State.
Hey, you know what's funny that you say that? Because of these kids bowing out of these bowl games, is it harder to put a number on them things because kids bow out and don't play in those games?
As the information enters the market, you're going to see those lines move real quick. So you're going to know right away, if you're watching a sports betting screen and you see this line start moving 2, 3, 4, 5 points, well, then you know the quarterback ain't playing for that team. So pay attention to the line, pay attention to the market, do your reading. We read 10 to 12 hours each and every day. We try and get our hands on as much information as possible because we're making an educated guess. At the end of the day, we're risking 110 to 100. And if we can do better than 52.4%, we're going to make you guys some money. So that's all it's all about.
Tell the folks how they can find you so that they can make a lot of money like you have.
Stop by the PhillyGodfather.com or follow me on Twitter at PhillyGodfather. And we have our show every Thursday night from 6 to 8 p.m. It's on Sports Grid TV, Sirius XM, JAKIB Sports on YouTube, and we live stream it on my Twitter account. And I think we're shooting a pilot for a TV show, and you're going to come on. I didn't even tell you this. I was talking to Krause the other day, and you're going to be on there with us. So about 4 to 6
crazy
weeks.
Great.
Yeah, so we're going to shoot it.
Crazy great. I can't wait, man. Now here, yeah, it's got to make, I got 2 Ubers lined up just in case one doesn't come by. And I'm working. Trust me, man, I've got this thing all mapped out here. So
I got you covered. Don't worry about
I can't wait to come in, dude.
You got it.
Hey, thanks a lot, Philly Godfather. Folks, you want to make some money? There he is right there. Look at him punching away, making you money. I appreciate him. There you go. Hey, by the way, I love the fact that he said Hurts has no shot to win the MVP. Oh my God. Hit the like button. We'll wrap it up. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
Football and Hooters, the perfect pair.